Okay, so I am doing this once again because my friggin' original audio of this ended up failing. So everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy VII. I am Omega Zero, and today we'll actually be continuing our thread through Map Nibel. Now this, like I just said, is a a redo of the recording because the original one got recovered. So this is being done in post for me. So anything I do on the screen is just gonna be. I would have said it already, but again, like I said, it's like it got corrupted, so now I'm kind of stuck doing this whole kind of thing on my own again. Now I'm just kind of like editing around or changing around the armor and weapons that I have for each of the characters. And case in point, this for Vincent, who we got in the last episode. Um, and right now, I don't really have a plan for each of these characters. I'm just kind of like, again, playing around with them. And yeah, just changing up the defense. And that's the sucky part about this for me, is like, I had to do this all over again. So yes, I guess I could talk about like maybe what I'm gonna do for the future for like future playthroughs. Well, this essentially is just kind of like going on in the background for me. Now, when it comes to like the characters, I had to like mute it just in case that if anything was going down, like case in point, it picks up on like the background and you get double layered audio of the the little clicks and beeps and bops of each of the things. I'm just kind of basically trying to beef up Vincent right now, giving him each of the things such as like just like the master materials in case of point, just giving more health, HP, and MP. I bought way more of those than I reasonably should, and I just kind of had to finally go along with this, unfortunately. So with the editing and stuff finally, with changing around the items and such being done, we will now actually continue our trek up to one of the newer areas of the game where the previous episode we had a blast from the past being Nibelheim, instead of being completely destroyed, has been rebuilt. And everyone's basically a hired actor working for Shinra. But this time, we're actually going through a new area, or another blast from the past in this case. We are going to be going through Mount Nibel. Now, Mount Nibel is kind of an interesting area in the case of it's annoying to kind of get through the first areas to get the items, and that's kind of it. It houses like one of the most unique weapons when you combine it. That being the power soul, but we won't get to that until a little bit later. But overall, I think it's a good weapon. And as you get to case in point, saying like I'm kind of over leveled for this area. Like it's not even fun. Excuse me. Since I'm like basically like level 60 at this point, and we just got the rune blade, even though the item box disappeared. Which is kind of strange that the item boxes disappear here, but they don't really disappear in any other area. But the backdrop is nice at the very least. Yeah, we have these grasshopper enemies. They're kind of annoying, but that's also because in point I have each of the characters in the back row, and I realized this in post. That's why the characters are doing pretty little damage, except for like Vincent and Yuffie, who are both long-range fighters. At this point, as you can see with weapons, Vincent uses pretty much exclusively guns. You're like, oh, Barry uses exclusively guns too? Well, Barry doesn't. Vincent's all guns. Whereas Barry at least gets some physical weapons, like the atomic scissors, or I believe a wrecking ball in one case. But yeah, no, Vincent's all guns all the time, so you put him and Yuffie in the back line, they basically become your long-range fighters. But anyone can be a long-range fighter as long as you have the long-range materia, which I don't have on these characters. I guess I should also point out at this point, I do a lot of running in this episode because I actually get fed up with the amount of enemies I fight because they're such low level compared to me. Taking a drink of my water. I'm lying, it's not water, it's venom. And with this point, like the areas are unique in a sense that how, again, going back to like this area, it's like unique in the sense like getting the items is annoying. because of the way that the scenery works. And the scenery kind of works against you because you can't see your character a lot of time. And it does make it quite annoying. But it also is, like, it's good to look at it because it's amazing art. It's just like, it's annoying. You try to navigate through an area that you can't see your character. It's like your character's this tiny little speck, or it's behind something. Case in point, right here. I'm behind like one of the scenes that I can barely see myself. Get a plus barrette, which is a weapon for Red 13, even though I was kind of checking around to see who it belongs to. Yeah, it passed by. It's like, oh, where the heck is the item? It's like Cosmo Memory being Red 13, like level 4 unlimited. That's the reason I held on to it for a while. I believe the plus barrette is a double growth weapon. Another one, but it has 4 slots instead of 3. And that's me getting stuck because like I can't figure my way how to maneuver around. And like I just wanted, like, alright, I'm done. I just want to nuke everything. Go 3 times speed. I think I said in the original recording, like, oh, I'm sick of this. I'm just gonna go 3 times speed and hurry up and like cancel out of the area. And I had to move my mouse real quick to make sure my computer stays on. At this point, yeah, I turned it off, and just like, alright, finally we can get the real moving on to this point. And there's only like one real big threat I would consider to this episode. But even then, it's not even really a big of a threat as an enemy. It's actually fairly simple. But we will actually be coming back to the Mount Nibel area later on in the future. Not because of it being super plot important heavy, but more because it has something to do with morphing a certain type of enemy here into a specific item so that way we can get stronger. That case being, I'm not sure of its name, maybe I'll put it right here, or I probably won't though. It has the ability to basically be turned into a power source, increasing our physical attack damage overall. And these enemies in particular, I have no idea what they are, but they cause time, and they use cast time to basically stare down, and it casts stop on your character. So you saw Vincent take an E. That's because stop was cast on him. These 2 barriers, as you can see, you take certain tubes down and you get hit with certain enemies. At this point, you see the Materia Keeper right there. We are going to ignore him, and I'm trying to get on this rock. But in post, I know that you actually need to take one of the tubes down in order to get it. And we actually fight a dragon. This will be your second chance to get Flamethrower if you didn't get it from those dragonfly enemies in the first part of the area. But the dragon's not super frightening at this point, case in point, me being like overpowered. But I also, you can actually steal a gold armlet from them. But since I forget that I have steal on, I forget to steal the gold armlet, at least on the first attempt. And the dragon goes down, because like I said, the dragons aren't that much of a threat to us because we are over leveled. And I might be putting out this episode before I go to the doctor. I might also not have anything going up on... I'll have something go up on Friday, but I probably won't be able to record Saturday because I'll be helping out my aunt with one of her sales. And that's all the information you are getting out of that. I'm also playing Fire Emblem Heroes right now on my phone, so it's like they're just doing a read-through of an event that happened not too long ago when they brought in the brave versions of the Fallen Heroes, and I'm actually switching out Red 30 because I wanted to check out what the barrette was. But I also wanted to teach him his level 4 limit being Cosmo Memory, and his and Yuffie, I believe, are the strongest level 4 limits in terms of it being a single hit. I think Cloud is in 3rd place, That or Tifa. Cloud and Tifa, they're... No, I think it's Cloud, because Tifa can get major damage, but it's only on certain hits. Or you have to have a very, very specific setup to where she could do massive amounts of damage. I believe you have to have, like, Power Soul, a Cursed Ring, and what, like, get a yeah on every single one of her limit break hits to do max damage. Then I believe it's Barret and then one other character who we will not see until later. But yeah, I'm still trying, being an idiot that I am, I'm still trying to get up on this rock. I'm like, oh wait, I probably have to take down the tubes. You get one tube going down straight to the Materia Keeper. You get one going on the rock, you get one to that treasure chest. And then you have one more, I believe, that also takes you pretty much just straight to the Materia Keeper. I'm only now realizing how bad of a character, not bad of a character, but how bad of a person Edelgard is. Like, oh yeah, it's good. Like, oh. Like, facts and information kind of make it to the point of like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. We ran into another dragon. This one I was like, oh wait, I don't have the steel materia on, and I was going to go check around with the materials. And then I was like, oh wait, Red 13 doesn't have steel? Or as I go around and range them all and challenge it. Like, oh wait, who has it? Oh, it's probably Yuffie. Wait, Yuffie has the enemy skill. Alright, it's Eric. No, it's not Eric. It's like, is it Tifa? No, it's not Tifa. I was like, oh wait, Cloud has it. Like, I was like, oh, I'm being such an idiot. Because I was at this point. I was like, I saw the command several times. I was like, oh, I wasn't paying attention because I'm an idiot. Or if I'm taking a lot of different routes, it's just like, if I talk a lot, my mouth gets dried out, so on and so forth. Can't go that way through the pipes. And going all the way to the top, I believe each of the pipes are being numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2, I believe, take you down to the Materia Cave, or at least very close to it. And not that difficult of a fight. I mean, yeah, it hits hard, and it can heal itself, and if you use certain damage on it, it's, you know, annoying. Because you heal it. But, like, any enemy that you fight that can be healed off your attacks is always kind of annoying. Go down pipe 4, you get down to the treasure chest, and what you get is another all materia. Which is always good. Because that way you can cast more magics, so on and so forth. I believe, again, if you have it mastered, you can cast it as many times as you want. Or I believe the max is 5, I can't remember. Let me look it up now, so that way I can just tell you instead of putting in the video like, oh, here it is. All materia FF7. Go down to pipe 2 and you'll be thrown not directly in front of it, but you do get access to the item, being the Power Soul, one of the combination items I was telling you about, where you get like the ridiculous setup damage and all that being stupid. All allows you the link materia to be multi-targeted to a number of enemies based on all materia level up to 5. It can combine with Restore, Heal, Revive, Fire, Ice, Lightning, Earth, Poison, Gravity, Seal, Mystify, Transform, Time, Barrier, Destruct, and Master Magic. And Master Magic being like, you can only get one. Well, I say once, but it's stupid. Mega All applies the same to all commands. And Sephiroth in the Calm Fast Track actually does have an all material. Yeah, it's actually stupid. And it actually can be purchased from Fort Condor after attaining a certain item for 20,000. Can also be won as a prize for 89 points and the Snow Running Course B at the Gold Saucer. Screw that area. You have to pay real currency for fake currency. But then again, I also play gacha games, so I guess I'm part of the problem. And if you hear my mom in the background, that's her calling my little brother. Because sometimes there's problems regarding her. Oh, that's actually really good. Buff. And attack. Hold up, I'm going through saving again. And I believe I was trying to find more... No. I was going up to the door right there. You actually can head out that door, and we get another hit from the past. Before I do anything, I equip the gold armlet because it actually is good. Has better defensive and better magic defense. Again, I don't know if the magic defense command was shifted out in this game, or like the magic defense being like fixed, because I do remember in the original game that the magic defense wasn't really working, so it basically meant nothing. But so case in point, like say if you had like maxed out magic defense, it really wouldn't matter. But case I do think in this game it has been patched out to where it actually works. I really do like playing this game. This and Dragon Ball FighterZ and Monster Super League being a bunch of the gacha games I play because I have no time. Or case in point, I'm trying to use all the free time I have left before I go back for summer school. But it's like, yeah, like the whole reason I'm like going through this area right here is so I can like fully check out the whole area. Because yeah, like the only problem like with Mount Nibel is like just kind of exploring the whole entire area. But if you go all the way down that path, you are subject to like one of the original caves you go into. You find the Sniper CR, which is a weapon for Vincent, which basically has one of the highest accuracy percentages in the entire game. Actually, makes a fairly good combination weapon with Death Blow. Now, however, if you are actually going to use this weapon, or the Death Blow materia, you want to use it with a weapon that has very good attack percentage, meaning how many times it will hit, so on and so forth. Which I believe is based on like your dexterity and skill, or I want to say dexterity and speed, stuff like that. But you actually go to this previous area. I believe that's the elemental materia, not add effect. Because you only get added effect like once or twice throughout this entire game, which you'll need to do in order for combination with Power Soul to make sure you're not instantly killed by the curse from the curse ring. But like if you want Mega Stats, you do that. You also have to level up some other materia. There's an elixir, always a good item to have. The elixir being a full heal for your HP and MP. And another dragon, always a good point to steal from these, because we'll be fighting another dragon later that we can get laser from, but that's not until like the last dungeon of the game. Like it literally is the last dungeon, so you only have to fight it. I believe with that animation with Vincent flipping his gun, the Sniper CR, I believe it's supposed to indicate if it's a crit. And I'm going to be very happy with one of the other weapons we're going to get later. One of the other materials I get later, because it's pretty overpowered once you like max out those stats or do everything. So if you use the item is called /2, you max it out, it becomes /4. Guess what? It's pretty simple. You attack, you hit 4 times. If it's maxed out. And these are the enemies I'm talking about, the one with the wrecking balls. You morph them, they become Power Souls, but you have to kill them with the morph command. Don't kill them with the morph command, they don't become Power Souls. And it only works with one character, that being Yuffie, but we don't get the morph command until later. I believe this too, but we don't get the item we need to morph them until disc 3. So yeah. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, again, I'm playing Fire Emblem Heroes on my phone, so again, it's like there's not much to talk about. It'd be easier if I had someone else to bounce this off of, i.e. my little brother, but he doesn't like talking to anyone. And and my other little brother talks too much and doesn't have an interest in pretty much any of the games that I play other than probably Pokemon. And I can't record that unless I'm recording it off my original computer. Unless I'm recording it out here side by side with the gameplay. So I do one more save before I get like, alright, let's fight the Materia Keeper. But the Materia Keeper in itself is not, like I said, it's not a very difficult boss if you're prepared for it. I was gonna say get ready for a boss battle, but we actually fight the dragon here. Again, not difficult, and you always want to steal from it to get more, to get more gold ornaments. Steal from it, and just take it out, because it's not that, again, if you do the same thing I did, you won't perceive it as a threat, because it's, again, not super difficult. I wanted to save again to make sure I was healed up and didn't want to suffer. Or I was going to actually switch out characters and basically, I wasn't going to switch out, I was counting how many characters I needed to steal for. I was like, oh great, I had to steal a bunch of gold ornaments to get to these characters. So I will also point in like the next video, like since this is done in post, the video coming after this won't be done in post, it'll be done in real time in comparison to what I was doing at the time on the screen, yada yada yada. At this point, we actually fight the Materia Keeper! And here's the problem. I realized I didn't put any things on and I didn't have my second enemy skill materia. And that enemy skill materia is necessary if you want to max out like every single thing. Or say max out every single enemy skill materia. So I was like, alright, here I am. I'm actually back to fight the Materia Keeper this time. And give each of the characters like a gold armlet so that way they have something to work with. Now, the Materia Keeper in of itself is not, like again, super difficult. It absorbs fire attacks, and it actually has Hell Combo, which I believe it doesn't hit multiple times, but the animation shows it does, and it actually does hurt. But I cast Big Guard to increase haste, M Barrier and Magic Barrier, or M Barrier being Magic Barrier, and regular barrier so I can do defense. See, being 92. This point, I cast Fire at the time, not knowing that the thing deal with fire, and I already used my summon Hellfire from Infinite. Being the point, it's not realizing, oh great. So I was like, alright, hurry this up, hurry this up, hurry this up. I screwed up. So here's the point, trying to, wow, dang, it's already 8 o'clock. It's late outside. Oh wow, that close to Todd's face was not pretty for him. Not frig for the game, like that was me saying like, oh frig because I screwed up the play. But yeah. Like, if you have a character in the background, you're pretty much good. Though, like, I now realized for most of this game I kicked every single character in the background. And that's why I've been taking so little damage. And also dishing out little damage. At this point, we're actually going to show off Vincent's limit break. And I was going to, but I realized that I also need the Materia Keeper to live to learn Trine. If you want a simple example, Trine is the electric version of Aqualung Beta. Even though I believe out of the three, I think it's actually the weakest. Or at least it feels like the weakest. And here we'll actually show off Vince's level 4 limit break. Now for Vincent, his limit breaks are interesting. The fact that you have absolutely no control because he transforms into a monster. At this point, he transforms into the Galleon Beast. And we use Beast Flare for first attack. A fire-based attack that heals the Materia Keeper. So, and I want to show off Ramu, because I don't believe we ever got the chance to show off Ramu as an attacker, Berserk as an attacker, as a limit. good one. It's probably not good. Remove with his magnificent beard and lightning powers, he strikes thee. I think I like his appearance more in Final Fantasy 15 multiplayer, when you see him alongside the other summons going up against Bahamut the Knight, who looks like the lackluster soldier in that version, even though I kind of like him. And case in point, I believe there's 3 summons we can actually miss in this entire game if we aren't careful. One of them being Ifrit, which we already have. I believe Ramuh's another one. I'll look up other missable ones. Just in case, because like you never know. Can miss. Friggin' okay. FF7. And yeah, there you go, the Materia Keeper. Like, you know, like, the only missable summons are Ifrit, Ramuh, Bahamut, and Neo Bahamut. And Materia isn't available anywhere. So yeah, they have to chase that if they're gonna reach those areas. We got a Gem Ring, which is spelled weird in my opinion, and he drops the Counter Materia, which is one of my personal favorites, because you can combine it with cover. You take cover, you cover an enemy, let me phrase that, you cover an ally, then you attack with an enemy with counter. Boom! Easy money! I'm gonna have to change out the boss music, obviously, because guess what? YouTube don't, it's copyrighted in other countries. But with that, we have actually exited out of Mount Nibel, and that's part of the course. Now, case in point, I've actually learned in the future I should have brought someone else in the party for the next episode, but keeping it in theme with like each of these. My name is Omega Zero, and I will catch you guys later.